Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lucifer here, the King of Hell, also known as King the Conqueror, also known as the High Evolutionary, also known as Thanos, also known as man, whatever. So, um, I think we have a new challenger. I think I have a feeling. I might be wrong. But but I don't know. It seems to me like I feel like some people from the JD camp are cursing me, and I feel like I don't know. It might have something to do with the recent negative comments that I myself have probably posted and other people have posted. It might come from that, and it feels like they are now they have now decided to try to curse me too. Like I've stated before, I've this is extremely not my first rodeo, and that's like low balling it. That's low balling it, to be quite honest, bro. Cause you're messing with a god, bro. Like you're messing with a literal god. Like you're messing with not only are you messing with a god, you're messing with a god. Like it's not like I'm just a guy that's like, oh yeah, I'm a god. Like no, I can create gods. Like you don't talk about those people over there. They don't talk about creating souls and creating spirits and stuff like that. And to be quite honest, mind you, I'm saying this shit, but I don't even know if they are trying to curse me. But I have to admit, like let's say on the term of sex magic, they're not. What I've noticed is they mostly repeat whatever I say, right? Like it doesn't look like they have any insight on sex magic. It doesn't even look like they have any insight on magic at all. Like I talk a lot more about magic than they do. Like a lot more. Like my videos are almost 2 hours where I'm rambling incessantly about magic. And mind you, of course, nobody tells all of his tricks, and I don't tell all of my trick either. And I still find a way to talk about magic for 2 whole hours, regardless of if I'm keeping information for myself or not. So I don't know. I don't know if they're scamming. If they're scamming, I don't know. I have no idea. I literally don't know, man. I was attracted to JD. Pause. I was attracted to JD because he was with Ieko Edding, and to me, it felt like he might have needed. No, it's not that I think he needed something. I just felt like I felt like he would have been a good addition to the apocalyptic Opsimath magic system that I invented and created by myself alone with no one else's help. Um, and I felt like he would have been a good addition. I felt like he would have been a good addition. Because EA is unreachable at this point. He's gone far right, pun intended. So he's unreachable at this point. You know. Um, and I don't know. It feels like J.S. Garrett. I feel like JS Garrett might be the one perpetuating the movement that's going up against me. I have no proof. I'm going on intuition and instinct. I have zero proof. I don't know. I might be talking out of my ass here, to be quite honest. And if I am, my bad. But I guess the reason why is because of some conspicuous behavior on their part, you know. Because I'm not saying I'm sitting there and trying to put two and two together here, which I kind of am. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm trying to put two and two together, and I have a lot of enemies, so I'm not trying to create more. I'm not gonna lie. You know, like, I have a lot of enemies and very few friends. So, you know, like, I'm trying not to make more, you know, but I'm putting two and two together, and it really feels like, I don't know, it feels like there's something wrong going on over there. And recently, well, the comments that's been coming out from two people that I thought was part of the group, the Balg.com group, you know, pardon me for saying, no pun intended, no offense meant, but I guess, like, you know, they all stem from the same place. Well, a lot of these so-called black magician kind of chilled in the same area on YouTube anyways. You know, I thought they were fine with those guys. I didn't even know. I had no idea. I had no clue, zero clue. You know, and so I was quite surprised by the recent reaction. I was so surprised. I was supposed to make a video about one of the comments, and I don't know. I had nothing to say. I was just like, you know, like, what? Like, so, but I don't know. But like I said, I have noticed some things, but I don't know. It could have been any, because to me, the thing that I never forgot, but that was super weird, was that it was the only time I joined. I still have an account on Ball.com, actually. You know, I just never went back. I didn't delete the account, it's still there. And they were having a sale over some Lilith shit. And you know me, you know, I was a big Lilith fan, you know, because since the recent activity, it's kind of weird. I mean, like, I don't know, like, she's here but she's not here at the same time. She's like, what Lilith told me is that she's ashamed of what happened, but at the same time, I think she's mad at me too. So she's ashamed of what happened, but she's mad at me at the same time, and basically we're not talking, right? So anyways, you know, like, I was in Ball.com, and at the time there was this big sale over this, like, book about the secrets of Lilith, whatever, just, you know, just a plain old book about Lilith, basically. And I thought it was a good time to join in, because at the time I was talking about Lilith a lot. So I joined in, and, you know, and I was like, yeah, guys, Lilith. You know, and everybody fucking scattered like rats. Like, everybody just fucking they took down the special. Nobody answered. Everybody just fucking everybody that was talking about Lilith on the website stopped talking about Lilith, and fucking, like, everything you just scattered. Like, and I was like, okay, well, that's weird. You know, like that was like right. Okay, so that was I feel like it was kind of significant. I feel like it was kind of significant. So ever since that time, I have, even though I thought these guys were kind of okay, I still had this thing like, what exactly are you hiding? You know, like in the back of my mind, like you, I don't know what you're hiding, but you're hiding something. But it could have been a coincidence too. I could just be crazy, you know. Boy, you know, it was weird. It was some weird shit. It was some weird shit, and that was the only weird, significant thing that happened. You know, from then on. You know, and everything seemed fine after that. You know, like the content was okay. I feel like their content was fine. You know, and it might, and it feels like it might. It's like J.S. Garrett. Like I don't know. He has this tendency. He talks a lot about pedos and rapists, and like you know, like I hate pedos and rapists as much as the next guy, right? But the way he talks about it, see, it feels like he's trying too much, you know, and it really makes me wonder, you know, like, what are you hiding? Because when somebody talks like this, because they're hiding something. To me, most of the time, I tend to, sometimes I'm just, you know, sometimes the person really does feel that way, but sometimes I try to keep it, because okay, I'm not gonna say nobody ever fights as much as I do on the case of rapists and pedos and shit, but I fought a lot over those cases for a long fucking time, as soon as I could remember anything. You know, like Terrence Howard's first memory was inside his mom's belly. My first memory was, you know, that. You know, like that's one of the first things I remember, right? So um but even though I hate it and it's not cool, you know, I don't really talk about that much. You know, I don't have anything to prove. I don't have to prove to anyone that I hate pedos and whatever. Like there's enough people, you know, following me in cars, in unmarked cars, and you know, and pseudo gangsters or real gangsters. I don't know anymore. I'm confused, bro. I'm confused, bro. Like, so pseudo gangsters or real gangsters, whatever, that following me around. So I don't have to say shit about that. I don't have to prove to anybody. I don't have to prove to myself that I don't like pedos and rapists, because a lot of these guys are, you know, following me everywhere that I go, you know. So it's kind of like, if you really are like, so to me in my head, every time somebody has a rhetoric like that, like if you really are that, you don't really need to say it, you know, like, you know what I mean? And you don't really feel like, coming from somebody that's being followed by rapists and pedos all the fucking time, like it's not that I don't talk about it out of fear. I talk about it. I talk about it a lot. Like I have multiple thousands of videos talking about that shit, hundreds of videos talking about that, right? So, but the thing is, like, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's like, leave your job at home. You know, when I meet a person, the first thing that flies out of my mouth is not, oh man, fuck rapists and pedos. Like, no, I have regular fucking conversations with people. Like I have I talk about everything else but that. You know, and I feel like in my head, it feels like, well, it doesn't come, because you're already in it, so why do you need to talk about it, you know? Like, I don't really need to talk about it, because it's not that I don't think about it. I always think about it. When I meet somebody, the first thing I think about is, I hope this guy's not a pedo or a rapist. Like, that's the first thing that pops into my head. I hope this guy's not a pedo or rapist, But I try to keep my cool and I try to maintain the conversation and stay on track. And I feel like when you're part of that world, you kind of react that way because you kind of like used to it. Not to say desensitized. I don't want to say desensitized, but you're used to it. So you don't need to prove to you. Because if you talk about it to a certain extent, it feels like you're trying to prove something. It feels like you're trying to make me believe something. It feels like you're trying to make me believe, but you don't have to make it. If you tell me you don't like rapists and pedophile once, that's fine. You don't have to keep repeating it over and over and over again. Right? So, to me that's enough. Just saying it once, that's enough. And if you say that once and it's not true, that's also enough to break my trust. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that I trust you, but raping people and pedophilia is not a great thing. So I would not, like, I don't have a reason to think that, it's not about me trusting the person initially. It's like, there's no, like, I understand why you would not like that, right? So yeah, so so J.S. Garrett has this tendency to like overstate these things. I feel like he's overstating, and I don't know if he's hiding something. I don't know if he's hiding something. I hope not. I hope not. I hope not, bro. But sometimes, and it could be nothing. It could be he's just like overcompensating, or it could be because of me. It could be because of my videos. It could be because of my videos, because they do have a tendency to repeat some of the things that I say on my fucking channel. Not everything, but they have a tendency to do that. It's like the EA co-editing thing, which I have no problem with. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the EA. I'm just butthurt that he chose to go right instead of going left. That's all. That is all. And I understand why he went right, because a lot of people do. There's a lot of people that think they can stand up to the powers that be, and then the powers that be fucks with them, and they're like, oh, okay, fuck that shit. Like, they're like, oh, I get it now, fuck it, and so it's understandable. It's disappointing, but it's understandable. And it's like, but even he's guilty of doing that, like, with the School of Schollomancy. I started the School of Schollomancy. The School of Schollomancy was something that was on my website that you could check out on my website. I think my website is still up. It's kind of wonky right now because I didn't pay. I haven't paid like for the past, I don't know how many days. But so, but I think it's still there. The School of Schollomancy is still on my website. I started that shit, right? And then he made a book called The School of Schollomancy, which is not something that he usually talks about. That comes from me. Just like some of the notions about sex magic that I've heard so far are basically repeats of what I said on my recent videos about sex magic, with no elaboration either. So I mean, there was a little bit of paraphrasing, which was on point paraphrasing, which I kind of liked. But at the same time, how can I be angry at somebody perpetuating good sexual magic practice at the same time? I can't really be like, oh man, you're a fucking this, you're a fucking douchebag for telling people how to properly have sex magic. Like, you can't really, I mean, like, but I guess in these day and age, it's good to have a little bit of pettiness, because maybe that will protect you from, people that might be more worse than you think, So I don't know. it's a predicament. But like I said, I'm going on intuition and instinct, and my intuition and instinct are telling me that these guys are actually trying to put some work on me right now, bro. Um, and that's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. You know, because you would think for people that I don't know, like I'm a religious zealot. As much as I used to believe in God, I believe in Satan the same way. Which isn't good. It's not a good thing. That's not what Lucifer. Well, he's okay. Actually, he's more than okay with that. But at the same time, it's not good because he's still Lucifer at the end of the day, and you don't want to give him all of yourself either. You know, because he's a demon of excess. And you have to handle your excess. You have to know when to stop. You have to know when to stop. You have to know when to put your foot down. And of course he'll enjoy it if you're a little bit of a zealot, overzealous, but which he does. But sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't because that's what religious zealots do. They take it too far. The religious zealots take shit personal. Like they will take shit personal, and I do take shit personal, and it's not good. It's not a great trait to have. It's not a great trait to have. It's not a good trait. Um, for many reasons. But anyways, it's still quite peculiar to, proclaim, darkness as your lord, and yet, you know, you don't claim any children per se. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting, and I never understood that. I never understood this. It feels his way of doing things seems a bit. It's very preachy. Speaking of JD, like I don't want to, talk about another man and the stuff, but it feels a bit preachy. There's no, I mean he's doing fine. He's doing fine. He's doing it the way he's supposed to be doing, because I'm sitting here and I'm like telling magic secrets and trying to give people exciting and controversial context or concepts, and the reaction is like, man, it feels like people like less information than more information, so even though his shit is a bit preachy and he doesn't really talk, I guess people like it because he's just talking. He's not doing anything. Like I guess people don't like my way of doing things because maybe it might be too in your face, or I don't know. I'm not sure. I know that people like. So I know some people like. Well, I know people like my videos too, but like content wise, I feel like my videos are better. Content wise, I feel like my videos are better, and I feel like I bring a lot to the table, like a lot. Um, but exposure and expansion, I'm not expanding. I'm not. There's not a lot of exposure. not expanding. It's not picking up. It's not picking up, and I don't know what's causing that. I don't know what's causing that. It might be the length of my videos too, but I don't know how to cut down on the time. Like, I tried cutting it down, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know what part. I don't know how to say all of these things in a few short minutes. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea how to say all these things in a few short minutes. I don't know. Like, 15 minutes is it's atrocious to me. It's like, like, it's a, like, the 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, like, dude, what? Like, like, so, and this is kind of like a memoir to, like, these videos are kind of like memoirs also, a testament of my existence. So anyways, I hope the audio's okay. I hope the audio is okay. I'm not sure here. I hope the audio's okay. The audio was weird in the last video. Um, I just made a video on sex magic. I thought it was great. I had a bunch of views. I had a bunch of views on my other video. Um, I had a bunch of views on my other video, and I just made a video about sex magic. About mirror sex magic, which I have created and discovered through Apocalyptic Aftermath, which is a magic system that I've discovered and created, and you can only get here and nowhere else. I feel like it's kind of weird, man. It's I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. I'm just not sure. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't have any proof. I don't have any proof. I don't even have a reason for why I'm thinking that they did it. Well, the only reason why I feel like it might be the case, because I don't, not even, nope, not even. I don't, I really don't. So, but it feels like I don't know who else would be trying to curse me at this present time. And there's been an upsurge of uploads coming from JS Garrett. Um, they obviously, they of course they watch my videos. I don't watch all of their videos. I do check out JD's stuff when it comes out from time to time. Um, I watch Jafar's shit from time to time. You know, well, I guess I watch JS Garrett's shit also from time to time. But I don't watch every video. I don't know what they're saying all of the time. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see, man. Of course, I have, because the thing is, whoever's cursing. The thing about curses is, the curse doesn't want you to know. The curse doesn't want you to have information. The spirit that's being used doesn't want you to have information. So sometimes you might do some things in order to find out who is cursing you, but those things could be false. Because right now, spirit is telling me that it's J.S. Garrett. The only thing is, I don't know if it's the spirit telling me. I don't know if it's spirit telling me that it's J.S. Garrett, or if it's the curse that's saying that's J.S. Garrett, hopefully thinking to shake me off the scent, and it might be somebody else and trying to throw me off the scent, right? Because I know when everybody's cursing. I know exactly who's cursing me when they're cursing me most of the time. And most of the time, especially if I know the person, I'm gonna know it's that person. So I don't know. I don't know. Might be the Illuminati fucking with me too. Might be the Illuminati fucking with me and try to pass it off as if it's somebody else, but it's actually them and blah blah blah. So um, I can't say I'm being patient. You know, I have taken action. I can't say I'm being patient. I have taken action, but if like I always say, if it's not that person, I don't think anything's gonna happen to that person. But the person that is doing it is gonna feel the is gonna eventually feel the pain. You know, and yeah, I kind of feel bad for whoever that is. I kind of feel bad for I do. I feel bad for the person, for whoever's cursing me, dude. Because so far, what I've seen is spirit being extra super violent. Recently, they've been extremely violent, and usually, like Lucifer's not doesn't really is not violent. Usually, like usually the violent one is Asmodeus. Like the one that's violent is usually Asmodeus. Asmodeus will pop your head off, bro. Like he will pop your head off, bro. Like so, um, usually it's Asmodeus that's on it. You know what I mean? So I'm surprised that Lucifer. I'm trying to. I am connected to Lucifer right now, and and I'm seeing he's getting pretty funky. He's getting pretty jiggy with it. Like he's getting pretty jiggy with it, man, and he's not done either. Like there's people that he wants to eat, and I'm like, bro, chill, like and because I feel I need to do whatever I'm doing. I need to do it methodically because I'm alone. I'm by myself. I have nobody. I have no got no resources. I gotta do everything myself and stuff. So I'm trying to, and I don't like suffering. I don't like pain and I don't like suffering. So I don't feel like just wiping everybody off of the face of the earth in one fell swoop, and then I find myself trying to pick myself back up and starting from scratch again because I did that already, and I'm done. I'm tired of it. Like I'm cool with this. Like I'm not cool with what I have right now, but I'm kind of like I'm gonna move from here. Let me move from here. I don't want to move from nothing. I want to move from here. I don't want to move from nothing, dude. Um, So, but he wants to wipe everybody out. Like, and this is what I asked him. I did. I asked him to wipe everybody out, and he feels like doing it. And because there's a reason to do it. It's not he wouldn't do it if there was no reason to do it. Like because Lucifer is doesn't like bullies. Lucifer is not. Lucifer don't like bullies. So like if you're getting bullied, he's gonna what I mean, like he's gonna do the thing. So but he might be a little bit reckless too. He might be a little bit he might be a little bit overzealous too. He might be guilty of a little bit of religious zealony also. um but like I said, you just you're the one. You gotta stay in control. It's important to try and stay in control. Because like I said, there's some people that wouldn't give a fuck. There's some people that don't care. They would start from scratch, again, and just wipe everybody out and start from scratch. I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I've been homeless. I've been to jail. I've been homeless. Been to jail. Went to therapy. Jail again. Homeless again. Like I'm tired of doing this shit, bro. Like I can't. Like I'm done. Like even recently I was gonna do it again. Even recently I was gonna do it again, and I don't feel like it, bro. Like I don't feel like it. I was thinking about like having to like find a place, finding halfway houses and shit like that. And I'm like, nah, bro. Like I'm nah, nigga. fuck that shit, bro. Fuck that shit, bro. Like I don't feel like doing that, man. And but my enemies are getting wrecked slowly but surely. They getting wrecked, and and that's what it's gonna be. That's just how it is, you know. Um, because I already fulfilled my. That's the weird part. The weird part is I already fulfilled my destiny. Like I already am who I'm supposed to be. I already am who I'm supposed to be. So that's why, like, I have great authority over the spirit realm. And I work hard for it. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, literally. Sometimes both at the same time. Sometimes both at the same time. So, anyways, like, um, I have great authority over the spirit realm. I've worked hard. I worked my butt off, man, and struggled for a very long time, and I'm still struggling today. Like I'm still like there's still violence happening around me, and I try to mend those situations too, even today. And I never really stop. Like like I don't make videos about me being a fucking hero, but I could, and the worst part is like I never had a time in my life where I didn't save someone, and I'm trying to make that stop. I'm tired. I don't want to save nobody. I don't want to get involved in those situations because like that attracts negative. Uh, it attracts negative perception, negative people towards you. Especially when we're talking about rape. Like when you're talking about rape, if you help a rape victim, and this victim was like attacked by a gang member, well, guess what? The gangs are gonna be on your ass. The gangs are gonna be on your ass, bro. Like so you attract a lot of negative attention by helping people, and it's kind of like I'm not gonna just leave a person there on the side of the street, like what I mean, like um so you attract negative attention, what I mean, like and when you make videos like this, you attract negative attention. And I'm not trying to say anybody's fake if they're not attracting negative attention and shit like that or something like that. I don't know. Everybody's life is different. Of course, sometimes I ask myself, well, how come this person can say all these things and not have negative attention towards them, and when I say it, the whole goddamn city is aware of it. Like, you know what I mean? They're aware of it from here to Timbuktu. You know what I mean? And it's weird. It could be a matter of protection too. It could be a matter of magical protection too. That could help. That can help too. But I do have magical protection though. But I'm talking about like amulets and shit like that. I do wear like mallet beads, and I try to like I bought the wrong Thor hammer, which was supposed to be my amulet, but there's a bunch of triangles on it, and Odin doesn't like it. He doesn't like triangles. I didn't know. I thought the Malkut. I thought the Malkut was actually his symbol. Like I don't know. Like I know he has other symbols, but I just didn't want to act like a bitch. Like I just didn't want to act like a bitch, bro. Like, cause I was, the religious. I'm a religious zealot, right? So, something. It's in the word zealot. zealotry, right? So I didn't want to. Sometimes they're overzealous, like So you kind of like everything with the no, everything with the triangle is a major no. Like no, there's good things with triangles. I mean, we're talking about Egyptians, right? Like a triangle is still a triangle, man. Like a triangle is still a trinity, and there's triangles that are good. It's just there's a specific group of people that made triangles very negative. But I thought the Malkut was a weird symbol, and it's only, and I kind of knew it was bullshit, but I kind of like, well, like I didn't do that much research on it, and I was like, you know what, maybe that research just stems from me being biased and just hating the Illuminati so much that I just want to see that that's not a good sign. So I bought it anyways, and he rejected it. He was very angry, very angry. As a matter of fact, we're still not talking. We're still not talking, bro. Like he's still pissed. So, um, it is what it is. It is what it is. And but I feel like maybe that could be like the cause of magical protection. Maybe they have magical protection that keeps them from, but you're still gonna see it. I have magical protection. I still see them. They're still walking around. They don't hurt me. They can't hurt me, but they still show up. They still try to do intimidation. They still try to, they still do their little things. I still see them, and they see me. Um, so I don't know. So yeah, so sometimes, like I said, I'm not trying to say somebody's fake and or bullshitting and shit like that. But I'm just, like I said, I just sometimes it makes me wonder. Sometimes I just wonder. He sure is brash about it. I know I'm brash about it, but I also know what I have seen. It is, and I don't really hear him complain about the vast amount of soldiers that these particular type of people have. So, you know, just wondering, like I said, I'm saying all these things, but I don't really know. I'm going by instinct and intuition. I could be right. I could be right. It's disappointing if it is. It's disappointing if it is. You know, whatever. Um, but anyways, like I said, if they're not doing anything wrong, and I know spirit, I know that I had a multitude of conversations about those people. Like I might be more aware of who they are that I let on, but I don't give up on people that easily either. I don't really give up on people that easily. I like to see if they can come around by themselves, because at the end of the day, Illuminati is not that great of a social group. It's actually pretty low vibrational, and I don't know if there's other magicians out there that do what I do, but if you watch me and you watch other magicians out there that are like me, there's not a lot of reasons to fake it till you make it, because we're obviously like okay, the Illuminati is powerful. They have a lot of resources, but we're doing everything you're seeing. We're doing by ourselves with zero resources and no support. So that to me is very enlightening. You know, me when I first figured these things out, I was baffled. I was blown. I blew my own mind. Like I blew my own mind, bro. I was like, what? Like, aren't they supposed to be doing this? Like, aren't they the ones with this kind of power? Like, and you figure out that the only reason why they don't have that kind of power is because they like being low vibrational. They like low vibrational shit. They're fucking psychotic. They're crazy. I don't know. They just like low vibrational shit, and they're murderous too. They're not just crazy. They're murderous people. They like torturing people. They like, they're very sadistic. So very sadistic type of individual. So um, and when you end up doing this kind of magic and stuff like that, you kind of like notice like, well, what's the point of the Illuminati? Like, why is everybody so impressed by these guys? They can't do what I do. Like I'm way cooler than the Illuminati, and that's the thing too. Like this, like the misnomer. Okay, so this I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably gonna do some more video about this, but I don't know how without like fucking my own shit up. Because if I say what I'm about to say, which I will say anyways, um, it will fuck my shit up. It will fuck my shit up because I know nobody's gonna join me, but they're all gonna try and do it themselves. But I feel like the reason why I'm so patient with certain individuals is because I feel like they could create something of their own instead of joining other people's shit. And I believe like I'm so this is the thing. I believe that people should create, like, okay, well, no, it's not that bad because there's Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is trying to do the same thing, or did the same thing. All right, he's trying to create his own Illuminati, right? And I think that should be a thing. I think that should be a thing. I think people should like create their own groups, and yeah, man, like infiltrate businesses. I don't give a fuck. Do it. I think it's fine. I wouldn't see a problem with it. I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with that. Create your own group, and you should be open about it. You should be open to say, yeah, man, I'm part of this group, and and oh yeah, well, I'm part of that group, and I don't think there's a problem. I don't think there's an issue. Who fucking cares? It's just an office. Who gives a shit? Like, like it's just a paycheck. So I don't really see a problem. I think I'm thinking of BW Shepherd when I'm saying this. I don't know why. I feel like because I feel like I think we've spoken about this once very briefly, like very surface level, like we just glossed over it. But I agreed. I agreed with that notion. I think that's a great idea. I think it's a good idea for people to create their own social clubs. I think people should have their own social clubs because this Illuminati shit is garbage. I don't see why everybody's so fucking, like going goo goo gaga over it. It's ridiculous. It's bullshit. It's ridiculous bullshit, dude. I mean, like, but I don't know. It feels like people want the Illuminati to not be bullshit. That's what it feels like. I think people know that the Illuminati is bullshit, but they don't want, like, they're like, basically they're just as disappointed as I am. I feel like people are just as disappointed as I am, and instead of, like, when you went too far with something and it's like there's no going back, and you just keep going even though the wheels are falling the fuck off. You're just like, fuck that shit, I'm already here, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna keep going, bro. I'm gonna keep going. Fuck it. We're already 3 miles. We're already 5 miles away from home. I'm not turning back. You know what I mean? So, that's what it feels like. Because there's no way nobody notices these shits. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that nobody notices these things. Nobody know. Come on. You have like random people. You have like random people wrecking them, dude. Like, it's like, and the only reason why there's no reaction is because the justice system is limp. We have a limp dick justice system, and that's the only reason why these people are still capable. If any, capable would be an overstatement. Because they're basically walking around with no legs at this point. But like, it's that's the only reason why they're capable of continuing, of creepy crawling their way through shit, right? Because the justice system is limp. And but regardless, like, I think people notice that some of us are like way more powerful than these guys made themselves out to be, and I think it's time for social clubs. I mean, of course, it's probably not gonna happen because it's the end of the fucking world as we know it. But if I had to put my 2 cents, if I had to say what my opinion is, I think, to me, it feels like right now would be a great time for social clubs. Because that shit's already dying. You already know it's crap. They basically lied to you. I mean, like, you have to understand, like, people keep saying, oh, the Illuminati are not magicians, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're trying to save face. And I'm not talking about your face that you're trying to save. You're kind of like trying to save face instead. Well, they are an occult group. They have an occult symbol. They use occult symbolism. They do occult rituals. They're into the occult. Okay, and they're supposed to be a house of mysteries, and there's no fucking mysteries there, dude. Like, maybe they know about aliens. Not even. Bullshit. They don't know about aliens. Maybe they know about certain things, but the only reason why they know these things is because they have access to it, what I mean by that is, the things that you don't know that they know, the reason why they know is because it's in the book and they have the book. But apart from that, that's pretty much it. And that's not enough, because you could still discover whatever is in the book without even knowing that you discovered something that was in the book, by pure logic, by just existing and being who you are and doing things that you're supposed to do. So that kind of mystery is mid at best. It's like, and when we're talking about the Illuminati, it's not really about mysteries. It's about fucking, being gay and all kinds of, and making a mockery out of life at the best of their ability, and basically, well, I'm not gonna You know, one of their jobs is to anyway. But I don't know. I don't want to talk about Christianity and shit like that. But like it's basically making a mockery of everything that you believe. And stuff like that. And they attack their own too. I mean, they practice voodoo, but there was a time there was a time period last year where they were concentrating on making people disrespect their ancestors, like making people not like their ancestors, making people like throw away their ancestors and their tradition. And it almost worked. If it Yeah, no, it worked. It worked. It worked. Because not a lot of people are interested in working with gods. Like not a lot of people are interested with working with God, so it did work. And that's basically what they do. But the funny thing is, they try their specific gods in those pantheons that are more dubious, gods than others that they tend to work with, right? So even they tell you not to do something, but they do it, right? And they attack you with it while they're telling you to not look like. So, anyways, it's very interesting time. I wonder how this is gonna turn out. Probably the same way all my other battles turned out, with me being the victor. And that's one thing in my life that is constant, is that I always win. Always. And there's no stopping that, because that's just who I am. And you might not like it, and you might not want to hear it, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I could well, there's nothing you can do about it. And then the thing is, like, my I don't know if it's my destiny. Like, I have a high, like I said, I feel like, I don't think, I mean, like we just had confirmation from Lucifer himself that he makes kings, and he made me king. And now we all know what he made me king of, because I did make a video last year. I made a video about, like, the bishop takes queen, which I am, and which was a 2-minute video. It was a 2-minute video. It was a commercial for planes, the black and white, pieces on the checkerboard. The explanation of what planes are: planes of existence, dimensions. They're different dimensions and planes of existence, and why they're there, and blah blah blah. So we talked about that, and then a day after, Queen Elizabeth died, right? And that was major confirmation. That was crazy. Even if it was a coincidence, that was still dope. I should have been viral when that happened. Especially with the fact that I always talk about these sorts of things. That should have been viral immediately. And then recently, I was talking about, like, how, because the reason why I was talking about that, I feel like Lucifer is being cheated, because there are some entities that are approaching people and proclaiming that they're gonna make these people king, but the only person that has the right to do that, from what I know and from my understanding, is Lucifer. He's the only one that has the authority to do that. So anybody else that tells you that is a fraud. Maybe not in voodoo, maybe not in white magic, I don't know. But in demonology, in Satanism, demonology, whatever you want to call it, Luciferianism, whatever, black magic, whatever. Lucifer is the only one that can grant you that wish. So anybody, and I've heard other people mentioning that exact same line, but stemming from other gods, a part of Lucifer. But Lucifer is the king. He's the only one that has the right and the authority to make another king. A demon that is not king of actual hell cannot make you king. That's disrespect. That's betrayal. There's lies, deceit. And the funny thing is, what's even funnier is that the same entities that I was warning people about, that they were not demons, or even if they were demons, they were perpetrating in some shape or form, are those exact demons that were saying that they could make other people king. While as I was sitting there being little old me, but who ended up being king at the end. So we got confirmation recently. So that's why I was thinking of that, and that's why I made those recent videos about the it's not really a pact. It's a stepping stone, I would say. A stepping stone in magic. It's not really a pack. It's just because like I said, I don't know if Lucifer doesn't like when I say this, because he's like, he's Santa Claus. He is. I don't know. There's something about, I don't know. There's something about his energy. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I have to, maybe in the Bible, there's something that would explain that behavior, that form of that energetic link with him giving gifts. But he's always giving gifts, and he brings a lot of gifts with him. He has a big bag full of gifts. And if you're a good kid, he's going to give you a lot of gifts. But if you're a bad kid, he's going to give you some coal. So I'm sorry for that analogy, but that analogy is perfect. And I understand the reason why that analogy might not be that perfect for some people. I don't think it's not perfect for Lucifer. I think it's because people might not understand what I'm trying to say, because they're gonna have like a jolly good fellow with music behind them and stuff like that. But I guess, I'm a little bit too far advanced for a human civilization. But anyways, so I'm sorry for that. I really don't mean any offense, or trying to make you look like, I'm not trying to make Lucifer look like something else that he's not. But in my mindset, I feel like Santa Claus is a perfect analogy of how he is. But the question is, I don't know why he's like that, and I have to admit, and usually that's the kind of shit that I figure out, but I have to admit I don't know. And I guess I have to do a little bit more research to figure out why that happens when you call him. Like, why does he bring gifts? Like, what is the purpose of the gifts? And anyway, so he does that, and like I was saying, like it's the reason why I was thinking of those things, and that's why I made these. I was thinking of those things, and that's why I made these videos. But I didn't need, like I said before in my last videos, I didn't need a confirmation, because that's not why I was. I believe what happened. I don't need. I mean, it's good to have conversation, but I believed it the first time I saw it. Like, I didn't need to. He didn't need to reinforce it, and he did. So people that saw my 2 minute commercial last year, and then the queen died the day after, and then again I talk about Lucifer creating kings and Lucifer making me king, and then he shows up again. And then Prince Charles the day after talks about a painting, which I talk about a lot. I talk about like painting with life and instead of, So, anyways, so it was quite peculiar. So, like, like it feels to me like I'm not saying I'm living in the wish fulfillment, era and shit like that. That's not what I'm saying. But I am who I am, like, and I don't think I can be more of what like I am who I am. Like I can't be more of who I am, like so. Of course I could have more. Of course I'm working on more. Of course I'm working on having more, and I want more. But like it's done. It's over. I'm king. You can't dethrone me. You can't. That's just not gonna happen. If I get dethroned, it's because I dethroned myself. So it's quite funny for pseudo alleged, Satanists or atheists, whatever, attacking me. It's kind of weird when well, he's not necessarily your God now, is he? Especially if you're a Satanist. Like the Satanists believe in Baphomet, so I guess that's a different name. I don't know if they consider themselves Luciferians either. I know these guys talk about Baal or not, which is Archangel Michael. I don't know why they're so fixated on Baal. That's quite peculiar too. It's very weird. So it's kind of weird to me that the King of Hell, Satan himself, puts a crown on my head, a very big one, and these people still, don't recognize me. No one does, actually. To be quite honest, I don't feel recognized. Like I don't feel recognized at all. So it's peculiar. And you would think, and I would think like, oh well, maybe it's because I say too many goody two shoes shit. But from what I see, it seems to me that's actually quite the opposite. It feels like I don't say enough goody two shoes shit. And that's bullshit too. Because I don't know, it kind of is. It kind of is. Just because I don't want to sit on my ass and paint all day, that doesn't make me a bad person. It's like so anyways, man, so like I said, like I don't even think it's because I say too many goody two shoes shit. It kind of feels like like the opposite. I don't say enough goody two shoes shit, and that's bullshit. And it also there's also accountability in there. You might be running away from responsibility. You might be running away from what you need to do, because you know that I'm going to tell you what you need to do, and you might not want to do it. So I feel like there's that too. I feel like there's a lot of that. There's quite a tremendous amount of that going on. And there's a lot of recalibration needed. There's a lot of recalibration needed. There's a lot of reinventing and rethinking that needs to be done. Because even me, there's a lot of notions that I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I didn't know. I didn't know. Like when I first started out with working with Lucifer, when I first when I began to call myself Lucifer, I thought he was gonna twist my head 360 degrees, and I was gonna start spitting green goo. I was gonna start spitting like green goo everywhere, and my head was gonna spin 360. I took a chance. I took a chance. I threw the dice. I threw the dice, and because it was kind of evident to me what was going on. It was kind of evident to me what was going on, and I was scared to do it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was scared to call myself Lucifer, man. And there's some days where I can't call myself Lucifer, and that's how dangerous it is, and there's some days where I should call myself Lucifer, and there's some days I can't call myself Lucifer. So, so the first time I did it, I really thought like something bad was gonna happen. You do. I thought something bad was gonna happen, but the worst thing in life is not being yourself. I feel like if you spend enough time lying to yourself, I feel like that's way worse than anything else. If you know that that's you, then that's you. If all the evidence points and leads to that, then why deny it? Like, why try to continue on following some weird shit that even you don't understand? So I couldn't, like Christianity wasn't for me. Like the belief in God just wasn't for me. It just everything, to me, everything was wrong. And it's kind of like the allergies that I keep talking about, that I almost or did lose a friend over. These allergies, man, I'm very, very allergic, so, and I can't, because to you it's kind of like, oh, it's just making money, bro. It's just a job, bro. Like that's fine. That's fine and dandy. But me, bro, it's not just a job. It's not just a lie, bro. Like, it affects my entire life in a extremely negative way. So that's great that to you is just, it's just a thing that you do. But me, I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't even try. Like, I can't even try. Like, I'm just not permitted to be like that. Like, that's just not me. And at first I thought it was a curse. I thought it was a curse. I mean, it is a curse, but you know what I mean when I'm saying that too. I thought it was a curse. I thought, I was running through life, and I was just, well, it's just Lucifer doing his thing. It's just Satan being Satan. But at some time and point in your life, you gotta, you gotta wake up and smell the roses, man. You can't just, that's fighting. I mean, that's great for God that He has this steadfast soldier that will plow through every fucking heinously horrible situation and shit. That's great for Him while you're preaching the good work. That's great for Him. That's great, but that's the thing. That's great for Him. Like, that's good for Him. Like, when is it good for you? Like, you can't just, and that's not how a human is supposed to live his life. You're not supposed to be doing shit when it's only good for that person and there's nothing good for you out of it. You're not supposed to. It doesn't matter if it's a god or if it's your parents or if it's your best friend. I mean, like, if first of all, if your parents are just doing that, then that's not your friend. If your parents are doing that, then you need a new fucking family. Like, you know what I mean, bro? Like, you need to change. You need to switch family. You know what I mean, bro? Like, so. If a God does that, then you know what I mean. You know what to do. You need to pack up. You need to pack your bags and leave for next town in the Greyhound. And it was that time for me. I didn't. It was just that time I had to. You know. And yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know if it's sad, but well, it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy decision to make, or it took a long time for me to make that decision, bro. Like, took a long time for me. It took a long time for me to make that decision, and there's no going back, bro. Like, there's no going back. I'm not saying that everything is perfect now. I'm still a bit twitchy, and I feel like it's not perfect because of me. And I'm still twitchy, and I'm still, I'm still raw, and I feel like, I don't know. It's not easy. It's not that easy. I'm still frustrated. I'm still frustrated. I'm still raw. Like, and if it's not working, I feel it's because of me. If there's something that's not working, I feel like it's because of me. I know it's because of me, man. Like, and there's not a lot, because they're like, they're cheering me, like, they're cheering me on. They're saying I can do it, but I spent so many years being stepped on, battered, bruised, beaten up, taken advantage of, lied to, all that shit. It doesn't matter how many times you tell me I'm great, I can do it. Like, I mean, yes, it matters. It helps. It matters, and it helps, and it's good. But what I mean by it doesn't matter is, like, dude, like, bullshit is all you know. Like, so if you see bullshit and you know bullshit, you expect bullshit. Right? So I'm not saying I expect. Well, yes, I am. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. I do expect bullshit from them too. I do, and I am, and I'm waiting, and that's the worst part, is that I'm waiting on it. Like I'm waiting to be like, aha, I knew it. And that's a bad thing. And I really am, and I see myself looking for the the bad part. Like I'm looking forward. I'm literally not that much. I'm overstating here. I'm overstating. These are overstatements, but these are all overstatements. But the spirit of it is still there. Like I still act like that. I'm still like there's a part of me that's kind of like yeah. I'm sure there's some. I'm sure there's a catch. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a catch. You know, there's a catch in here somewhere. I'm gonna figure it out because that's what I do because I've been figuring it out my whole life. And you can't pull one over me, man, because I've seen it all. I've seen it all. You can't pull one over me, man. That's the ego. The ego talking. You can't pull one over me. I know everything. I've seen everything. You know, you can't fool me. You know, even when I'm fooled, I'm not fooled. I knew it. I knew it the whole time. You know, like so. And that's cool. And that's not cool. That's not what. That's cool. And you shouldn't do that. That's a bad thing. That's how you like. That's like in the laws of attraction. You know, that's how you mess up your manifestation because you're waiting. You're manifesting the bullshit instead of manifesting the thing that you want, right? You know, because you want to see bad so much that you see bad, right? Like so, and everybody's guilty of doing that a little bit. Everybody's guilty of doing that a little bit, man. You know, so um, yeah, man. I don't know. I guess I need to rant. I need to rant here. Um, and like I said, whatever happens, it's not my fault. You know, to whoever it happens to, whatever happens, and to whoever it happens, is not my fault. You know, like I tried being a good guy. I've tried giving you advice. I tried uh, telling you how to do it so that it comes out perfect and blah. Like I tried. I tried. And I don't think because the thing is the reason why I'm saying that is because of the blood thing. You know, and that was weird to me too. Like that was weird to me too because like like anyways you're a demon, man, like and but I guess it is a choice to use blood, but you don't have to. And and I did try to like warn them to stop using blood. They kept doing it anyway, and something bad did happen. And they didn't listen. It just people just never listen, and that was messed up, and and just don't listen. So I don't know. Like I said, I might be tripping, might be paranoid. All I just said might be like bullshittery. It might be bullshittery. It might not be. There might be a part of truth in there, but nobody's cursing me. Um, I don't know. But one thing I do know, if somebody is cursing me, it's not gonna turn out well for them. And that's the only thing. I might not be rich. I might not be the greatest looking man in the world. I might not have the sexual stamina of a stallion on steroids. I might not be the best cook. I might not be the smartest person on the planet. But one thing is for fucking sure is that if you attack me spiritually, you're going to get wrecked. And that's the only thing that has been constant in my life since I was born. So I'm gonna end the video like this because it's 1 hour and 21 second, 21 minutes, 24 minutes. Is it 24? Yeah. Uh, 24. Sorry for that. Doesn't mean anything. I'm not Illuminati. So yeah, I see you next time. Have a good one. Peace out.